Hey everyone, and welcome. Do you ever find yourself lying awake at night, replaying a conversation from 3 days ago? Or maybe you're staring at a blank email, trying to find the absolute perfect words, convinced that one wrong move will lead to disaster. Your mind is like a browser with 100 tabs open, all at once, all demanding your attention. It's loud, it's chaotic, and it's completely exhausting. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is the world of overthinking, stress, and anxiety. And today, we're going to talk about how to quiet that noise and reclaim your peace. First, let's understand what's really happening in our brains. Overthinking isn't just thinking a lot. It's a cycle. You get stuck in a loop, analyzing a problem over and over without ever reaching a solution. This constant mental churn is what fuels our stress. Our bodies go into fight or flight mode, releasing cortisol, the stress hormone. Our heart rate goes up, our muscles get tense, and our breathing becomes shallow. We're physically reacting to a threat that only exists in our minds. When this becomes a chronic state, it can lead to anxiety, a persistent feeling of dread or worry that can feel completely overwhelming. It's like an alarm that's stuck in the on position. But here's the good news. You are not your thoughts. You have the power to break this cycle. The first step is awareness. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. Start by noticing when you're caught in an overthinking spiral. Maybe it's a tightness in your chest, a racing heart, or just that familiar mental hamster wheel starting to spin. When you feel it happening, don't judge yourself. Don't say, "Oh no, here I go again." Simply label it. Say to yourself, this is overthinking, or "I'm feeling anxious right now." Just naming the experience creates a tiny bit of distance between you and the thought. It's like stepping back and watching a storm instead of being caught in the middle of it. This simple act of mindfulness is incredibly powerful. It reminds you that you are the observer of your thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. Once you've noticed it, the next step is to ground yourself in the present moment. Anxiety lives in the future, worrying about what might happen. Overthinking lives in the past, replaying what already happened. The only place they can't survive is right here, right now. A simple and effective technique for this is the 5-4-3-2-1 method. Wherever you are, stop and name 5 things you can see. It could be the lamp on your desk, a crack in the ceiling, the color of your socks. Then, name 4 things you can feel. The texture of your chair, the coolness of the air on your skin, the weight of your feet on the floor. Next, listen for 3 things you can hear. The hum of your computer, birds outside your window, the sound of your own breathing. Then, name 2 things you can smell. The coffee on your desk, the scent of a book. And finally, name 1 thing you can taste. Maybe it's the lingering taste of your breakfast, or a sip of water. This exercise pulls your focus out of your head and into your physical senses, anchoring you firmly in the present. Now, let's talk about challenging those runaway thoughts. Our brains have a negative bias. They're wired to look for danger. This was useful for our ancestors, but today, it often means we catastrophize small issues. We turn a simple mistake at work into a career-ending disaster in our minds. A powerful tool to combat this is called cognitive reframing. When you catch a negative thought, ask yourself a few questions. First, is this thought 100% true? Often we treat our worries as facts when they're really just guesses. Second, what's a more realistic or positive way to look at this? Instead of "I'm going to fail this presentation," try "I'm prepared," and I'll do my best. It's an opportunity to learn. Third, what would I say to a friend who had this thought? We are often much kinder and more rational with our friends than we are with ourselves. Treat yourself with that same compassion. This isn't about pretending problems don't exist. It's about seeing them with perspective and not letting them control you. Another crucial strategy is to schedule your worry. This might sound strange, but it works. Designate a specific time each day, say 15 minutes in the evening, as your worry time. When an anxious thought pops up during the day, tell yourself, I'm not going to think about this now. I'll deal with it during my scheduled worry time. Write it down in a notebook. What you'll often find is that by the time your worry appointment arrives, the issue either seems much smaller or has resolved itself. And if it hasn't, you can use that dedicated time to brainstorm solutions productively, instead of letting it steal your focus all day long. This technique teaches your brain that you are in control of when and how you engage with your worries. Let's not forget the physical side of mental health. Movement is one of the most effective anti-anxiety tools we have. You don't need to run a marathon. A simple 20-minute walk can do wonders. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins, which are natural mood elevators and pain relievers. It also helps to burn off that excess nervous energy that comes with stress and anxiety. Think of it as hitting a reset button for your nervous system. Find a form of movement you genuinely enjoy, whether it's dancing in your living room, stretching, cycling, or gardening. The key is consistency. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine, like brushing your teeth. Your mind will thank your body for it. And finally, practice self-compassion. Overcoming these patterns is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when you feel like you're back at square one, and that is completely okay. The goal is not to never feel stressed or anxious. Again, those are normal human emotions. The goal is to build resilience, to have the tools to navigate those feelings without letting them take over your life. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate the small victories. The time you caught yourself overthinking and gently brought yourself back to the present. The day you chose to go for a walk instead of staying stuck on the couch. Every small step is progress. Remember, you are doing your best, and your best is always good enough. So, let's recap the key strategies. Become aware of your thoughts without judgment. Ground yourself in the present moment using your senses. Challenge and reframe your negative thought patterns. Schedule a specific time to worry. Move your body regularly. And above all, be kind to yourself through the process. These aren't quick fixes. They are skills that you build over time. Start small. Pick one strategy and practice it this week. Notice how it feels. You have the power to change your relationship with your thoughts. You can turn down the volume on the internal noise and tune into a life of more peace, clarity, and joy. It all starts with one small, intentional step. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this video resonated with you, please consider liking it and subscribing for more content on mental wellness and personal growth. And remember, if you're struggling, reaching out to a mental health professional can provide you with personalized support and guidance. You don't have to go through this alone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.